en la era en la cual la tecnología se convierte en un gran aliado de la seguridad. Y precisamente, ¿qué mejor que uno de los personajes más reconocidos en Israel en tema de seguridad cibernética se encuentre con nosotros? Para mí, va a ser un placer que nos acompañe un experto en desarrollo de startups, conferencista internacional, consejero de diferentes empresas y CEOs alrededor del mundo. Ha trabajado de la mano del gobierno de Israel y se ha destacado como un visionario de la ciberseguridad en todo el mundo. Da consultoría a algunas de las empresas en temas de seguridad, Internet de las cosas, salud digital, comercio electrónico, impresión 3D, industria 4.0, entre otros temas de tecnología. For us, it's a really good honor have here a Tal Catran. Por favor, un fuerte aplauso para él. Thank you so much for being here with us, Tal. It's yours.
Hola. Mucho gusto, and this is where we finish with the Spanish. Listen, this is truly an amazing, amazing event, and I think you owe yourself a round of applause for being such a wonderful, wonderful audience. So give yourself a round of applause. So as you know, I come from Israel, I come from Tel Aviv. By the way, every Israeli you will ask will tell you he comes from Tel Aviv. No one can really afford to live in Tel Aviv. It's wishful thinking, but who knows, you know? And the one thing that really echoes with me is how warm you are as people. You're kissing all the time and hugging, and you go this and this and this. Let me tell you, last week, I come from the frozen countries, frozen. It was me, the Titanic, embarking on this iceberg of people. No engagement, no nothing. And being here is truly amazing. Your food is also quite hot, because it really helps you, I think, to get motivated. I want to tell you a bit about the Startup Nation, about Israel, and then I will go on and speak more about cyber. By the way, cyber, well, everyone knows to say the word, but who knows what's behind it? I don't know if many, but it's an issue, and it's around us. So let's start with the Startup Nation. Starting. I know many great people had the same problem, so hang on with me. Probably I need to do this. Can you take it one forward, please? Can someone help me here? So, Startup Nation. Well, as you know, per capita, which is per million, Israel is renowned to be the startup nation. And the reason we are called Startup Nation is, again, the number of startups. Well, you know, to start any startup, you would need two people. One we call a CEO, usually a visionary. The guy does not know much about technology, but he has great ideas. He truly believes he can fly. His friend, his partner, will be the CTO. That's the technical person. The guy who says to this guy, you're crazy. Who can fly? Birds can fly. We can't. These two, when they engage, this is the first spark that starts any startup. So for us, Israel as a nation, we had these two people behind me. To my left is Theodor Herzl. This guy stood on a balcony in 1898 in Basel and said the Jews need to have their own country. He went to sleep that day, woke up the next day. What happened? Nada. A week, a month, a year, a 10-year of nothing. Talking. 50 years later comes Ben-Gurion, our first prime minister. He is the father of the nation, and because of him, we have Israel. So this guy is the CEO, he's the visionary, and this guy is the CTO, the guy who knows to do technology. And this is why we are a startup and also a nation. Okay. So here's some numbers for you. We are 71 years of age. 71 years we have Israel. We are second in the world on innovation in the world. By the way, every time I will say we're second to something, it's just because there is a factor called USA for us. Any Americans here? If no, I can say we're first. I don't have to be scared from that. Otherwise, I might find myself in a political problem. And I think we're also, as you'll see, very smart when it comes to education. Well, let me tell you this. Education is the main factor on everything. Education, learning is super important, and academies are this generator. Because startups are known to be a growth engine within every economy. But the one that feeds them is the academy. 9 million people live in Israel. 9 million. Close to a neighborhood in Mexico. Just think on a number. What is staggering is the fact that this amount of people made exits in 2017 of over $30 billion. That's, you should go, wow, no, come on, wake up. Whoa. That's a small budget for some countries in the world. How? Why? I want to share with you. The interesting part would be that out of the 9 million, not all have startups, the entire high-tech and startup ecosystem of Israel is 350,000 people. Oh, you don't hear me? This is not good? Don't hear me with this? Okay. Now I have to do two things. Women have no problem with this. Me as a man, this is too complicated already. You see, I have to remember to put this here. More numbers. So Israel establishes about 1,500 new startups a year. 500, by the way, shut down each year. 8,000 are now in operation in Israel. These are the LTDs, the registered. Of course, there are the ones, the bootstrap, the garage one. 8,000 are registered. We have 250 acceleration programs. 250. 2018, we did exits in over 12 billion, which means for us 103 exits. You know how many exits Mexico did last year? Humor me. Any number, I don't know the facts, so. Less. Well, yes. Exit is maybe one of the biggest wishes of every startup, and it's fine. Who doesn't want to be rich? Just think about economy. My grandfather, when he started his business, his dream was to take a salary from the business to keep the family, feed the family, and probably pass it on to my father, which will then pass it to me. Do you know any startup that really takes a salary from the startup? No, they don't have money. They're poor. The only thought they have is that they're going to exit. It's a different economy. Think about it. Things have changed. Can we please run the movie now? I want to show you a bit about Israel now.
When you look at the NASDAQ, companies are listed from around the world. There's one country, though, that truly stands out, and that is Israel.
And Israel is the fastest growing, one of the most dynamic, entrepreneurial, and innovation-based economies on the planet.
The sky is the limit for inventors in Israel.
Israel has been a remarkable achiever in terms of technological innovation.
Israel has developed some of the world's leading technology.
Even if you don't live in Israel, chances are you have something that was made here.
If you just look at it on a daily basis, how much stuff do you use in your daily life that has its origins in Israel? It's rather remarkable.
Many of the microprocessors invented by Intel were designed in Israel.
Nowhere in the world outside of Silicon Valley will you find more technology startups.
People come from all over the world to look for Israeli technology.
Warren Buffett shelled out more than $4 billion for Iskar Metalworking, the largest purchase the legendary investor has made outside the United States.
I understand that their facilities are incredible, but I would expect that.
Intel developed here, HP has a center here, Google is very successful here, Microsoft as well as in research and development.
If you actually do the math, Microsoft is almost as much an Israeli company as we are a U.S. company.
This country has been such a beta site or a laboratory for solving both national and international problems since its inception.
The technology coming out of Israel is being used to connect the world, green the planet, save lives, and have fun.
Wow. Wow.
For instance, Kinect lets me use my body as the controller. This very cool technology was developed in Israel and then bought by Microsoft.
The workout.
In a way, Israel is known to everybody as a center of innovation, as a place where you can find more innovation than anywhere else in the world per capita.
If you look at countries that are represented in these stock exchanges, the ranking today is number 1, of course, the United States. Number 2 is China, and number 3 is Israel. The US, China, Israel. Looking at our size, how is it that Israel, with its 7 million people, has the 3rd largest group of companies traded in New York?
This is an amazing fact for a tiny country to actually eclipse all the nations of Europe.
I know you're shocked. I love this movie. This is usually how it ends. Shock. Israel. Microsoft is as much an Israeli company as it is American. Do you hear that? 9 million people. So what are we doing different? Probably something. Let me tell you, there are 96%, 96%, a startup will shut down first year of operation. You better go train a lion than have a startup, okay? That's how risky startups are. How do you become the 4%? Well, this is a different lecture. You will have to invite me over again. But just this as a fact, you should go, something is ticking different in Israel, and I will tell you. One of the major things that we say to any business when it starts, you need to have 2 things. A need, and you need to confirm it with the market, and a business model. Need meaning we don't develop and then we say, hey, who needs this? No, we ask what is needed and then we develop. Well, we as a nation, we have tons of problems. By the way, we are not different than any other nation in the world. We have it tough. We have it with war. We have it with corruption. We have it like anyone else. Believe me, no one tells you a story that we are saints. We're not. But maybe just because we have, I don't know, big problem, not a real problem, but big problems, which we need to solve, and we solve them for ourselves. I'm telling you from experience, no one will come and rescue you, no one will come and help you. The world has bigger problems. Well, we started as a nation, we turn to other nations, and we say, we're a young nation, we have lots of sand dunes, nothing more. Would you help us? Some of them said yes. But you know what happened in time of need when we turned to them? The answer was, sorry, can't help you, oil. And this is when Israel realized it needs to be self-sufficient and self-reliant. It needs to produce whatever it needs for itself. Well, lucky for us, all the world wanted irrigation and cherry tomatoes and flash drives and ways that you use is Israeli. We did not think about you. We thought about ourselves. But you know what? We, as people, well,
People are people wherever you go. By the way, when you think startup, you think technology. Wrong. Think people. Because people are the one inventing, people are the one developing, people are the one investing in people, and people are the one using what other people manufactured. This is all about people, and you know what? We all know about people. I don't need translation for your language to look in your eyes and understand if this is interesting for you or not. Do I see anyone sleeping? It's like it's killing me. People are people wherever you go, and you lead by example. How many of you coming here today came here for a reason? Aside for lunch. I hope they're serving lunch. Where's Romy? Some of you will say, hey, it was a great opportunity to mingle, to increase my networking, right? Any of you wanted to come here to mingle? Of course. Would I guess badly that you're sitting next to your friend right now? How are you exactly mingling with your friend? Look to the left, look to the right, look at your friend and say, go away. You, I know already. I came to mingle. This is not a smart guess. This is reality, because we as people like to be with people that we know. So sorry, stop bullshitting yourself saying you came here to mingle. Usually what happens, by the way, when there's a break and I go out, people having coffee with their friends, they see me, they go, shh, go away. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Behind my back, they go and speak. Come on, it's not a game. You need to want it. And I need to convince you it will do good things for you. You hear the word ecosystem, ecosystem, ecosystem all the time. So let me give you something about ecosystem. Well, in the bulb, you will see what we call culture. The mentors, the angels. Are you aware what is an angel investor? Angel investor? Any of you know angel investors? No, because they're angels. Really, they don't exist. And the ones who think they are, say to themselves, if I will say I am, everyone will be all over me, so I better shush. So this is culture for you. Venture capital, this and that. I know you have probably all of it. As we said, we start with education, which is university. We speak a lot about successful startups, but do we speak about failure? How would you treat failure in Mexico? Well, I know countries where if you fail, that's it. You're done. No bank will talk to you. No investor will talk to you. You have just one time to fail. Well, you know, it's an issue all over the world. How do I know? Well, there's a conference about it. Are you familiar with FailCon? FailCon, which is all over the world, including in Mexico. You're welcome to type now FailCon, and you will see FailCon was here. It's all about failure. And you know what the spin-off of FailCon, how the new conference is called? It's called Fuck Up Nights. Don't laugh. Write Fuck Up Nights, Mexico City, and you will find it. I know it will never come to Queretaro because everyone is successful here. I got it from the Spanish here, what's going on. This I know. I say embrace failure, but don't fall in love with failure, okay? But you need to understand that failure has significance in the way to success, and it's okay to fail. Because if you're afraid to fail, you will never try. Probably I'm supposed to say in some stage, do you have any questions? And most of you will not ask me anything. And you know why? It's not because you're not smart people. It's not because you don't have something to ask me. It's because you think what the guy next to you will think of you, which is, by the way, of course, is your friend. Why should you care? I'm standing in the light. You all know I'm Tal Catran, and you know I'm from Israel. But who are you? You want to become something? Stand up. Say whatever you can. Don't stand up. Stand up. Show yourself. Present yourself. This is your time. And again, no one will do this for you. It doesn't work this way. You need to grab it. You want a picture with the famous people here? So you waited in line. Who knows who you are? Show elbows. Go on stage. You know what? No one will take you off stage. Just don't speak Mexican or Spanish. Say something in English. They go, okay, he's important. This is how I got into VIP room. So, who are you? Israel. Guys, come on. It's not that complicated, and the nice thing that everything I say, you know, because you're people like me. So yes, we speak a lot about failure. And you know, as an angel investor, one of the most common asked questions by investors would be, tell me about a failure. And you know why? It's because if you did not fail until now, most chances are you're going to fail with my money. Go fail with someone else and come back to me. That makes more sense. Army. Well, army is an issue with us, you know. In Israel, it is mandatory for women and men, boys and girls, to recruit. Age 18, everyone goes to the army. Girls go for 2 years, boys for 3 years. Well, this would teach you discipline. This would teach you that there are other Israelis in the country, not the ones that live in your neighborhood, but also 2 hours away. I say 2 hours away because 3.5 hours away is already Egypt or Syria or Lebanon or Jordan. We are very small. How did I get here? This is a startup in Mexico. It just changes the slides. Tells the lecturer, go on, get moving. So what else is here? So yes, army. Well, you know, the thing is with army is that, yes, we live a constant war. We are right now, every second day. This is life in Israel. Can you try and imagine rockets exploding above your head here in Queretaro or in Mexico City? Do you imagine the sight of seeing your kids run under tables? You can, and I wish for you never, never to be in that position. But for us, it's a way of life. And you know what? We don't give a damn. We just live our lives. And you know, last year, when rockets exploded in Tel Aviv, the coffee shops were full. People did not go out and leave their table and run to shelter. You know why? Well, you would say, yes, because you're brave. No, it's just because finding a parking spot and an open seat in a coffee shop in Tel Aviv is near impossible, so I better die in my seat before I give it to someone else. This is honest. You know, we're Jewish, right? We're Jews, meaning we're stinking rich. Jews are rich. This is why the world loves us, for being so rich. The problem we have is market. Our market is niche. Third of the world doesn't want to talk to us. Another third boycotts us just for waking up in the morning. So we are left with this. And I'm saying this because now I know there are so many opportunities for us here in Mexico. But, well, flying here took me 24 hours. And since Airbus and Boeing are not doing anything about that, that will remain as a fact. But when you reach out to us, you will get much, much more than our technology. You will get our skills and experience and networking. We don't want to just channel in technologies and solve your problem, which will, again, make us more rich. We want to teach you. We want to teach your teenagers, your students, how to develop startups. By the way, also how to become rich. And we offer this to you generously. And now, I can leave this part about the Startup Nation. I hope you liked it, and we will move on to cyber. So as I said, cyber is very known. Everyone says the word cyber. By the way, behind it are people, real people. You call them hackers. You know, white hat are the good ones, black hats are the bad ones. Well, hacking happens for several reasons. First of all, there are hackers that get paid by governments. There are hackers that get paid by businesses to inflict something on their competition. There are hackers that just do it for the hell, for the fun of it, because they can. Do you think that Israel chose to go so deep into cyber? Well, if you listen to me until now, you go, no, we know. You're the most attacked nation in the world. I don't know if number one, probably number two, Americans here, they're number one. Yeah, this is true. So cyber is an issue. And I want to share with you a bit what we do about it, and please play the video.
While you're watching this video, over 50,000 cyber attacks will occur worldwide. About 4,500 of them will be launched against Israel's strategic assets. 99.9% of these attacks will fail. Welcome to Israel, the world's cyber capital. To face these increasing threats, in the year 2000, the Israeli government has targeted the cyber industry as its main investment focus. Since then, over 200 security and cyber startup companies have been set up around the country, most of them by military intelligence graduates. As a matter of fact, Israel has more cyber companies per capita than anywhere else in the world. More than 10 academic excellence centers were opened where great minds are recruited to promote cybersecurity education. Together, they're developing groundbreaking solutions for critical infrastructure security, prevention of cyber crimes and cyber-based terrorism, and protecting financial institutions worldwide. This Israeli pioneering industry has increased to a revenue of over $2 billion last year. That is why the biggest tech corporations chose Israel as their cyber R&D center, and foreign governments have signed knowledge sharing and operational collaboration agreements with Israel. While you're watching this video, the Israeli government, industry, and academy are working hand in hand to promote awareness and know-how to make the world a safer place. This is Israel. This is the world's cyber capital.
Shock. I'm telling you, you will get used to this. And by getting used to this is saying we are number one. Start practicing. You know why? Because if you say it so many times, first of all, you believe you're number one. And number two, no one questions this. Do you want to question this? Any of you? Probably not, because you're polite. Yes, we have what we call chutzpah. You know this word? No? Chutzpah? Audacity. To say things we invented and we decided we're best. And it works because no one says otherwise. Start saying this about yourself. You have, not that I need to tell you, you have nothing to be embarrassed about. It's not about being embarrassed. It's about believing you are the best at what you do. And this, no robot can do, only people. And you need to believe it inside your core, inside your soul, that you are the best. And you understand that for us, it's a necessity. We are like this, not because of choice, but because of force. And it does something to people. You saw the triangle, which is very important. Government, academy, and industry. Let me tell you what happens when the academy and industry don't talk. What happens is this. One of the major software to develop cyber is called Python. When the industry sees that it needs to go into cyber and would need Python programmers and turns to the academy and says, enough. Enough with C++ and C# and .NETs. I don't need them right now. Give me Python. And the academy says, who the f are you? My money comes from the education ministry. Yours from the economy. Go cry to them. And they don't talk. And within 3 years, we will have a ton of unemployed C-sharps and big lack of Python. Do you understand this? It's simple. This is why it is in your best interest to influence. Sitting like this will do nothing for you. It is very difficult to move from idea stage into action. I'm not better than you guys, okay? But it's a call of urgency, and you need to do something about it. You need to be the glue. In many countries I operate about 15 different countries, mainly Eastern Europe, and India, and China. And the reason I'm traveling there is because, well, Eastern Europe is major, is new emerging ecosystems. They're young nations. Ministers age 40, 30-something, young people, but very capable. And there is an understanding that things need to be done, but saying it will get you nowhere. I found this on the internet. And it says that 92% of Mexican companies are victims to cyber attacks. Banks, by the way, is where your money is. I'm just saying. Do you care? Probably not. It's their problem. The only time you say it's the bank problem is when you have a large overdraft and you say it's not my problem. When you have plus, it's your problem. Ask yourself what is being done. And honestly, again, you don't care what's being done. You just hope someone is doing something about it. I say wake up and get moving. Just start talking about it. It's important enough. More than half of the attacks cause financial damage. Look at the number. 6 trillion. That's many zeros. Do we give a damn? Nah. Government, they need to solve it. It's your problem. Because someone start messing with your money, your website, your computers and your servers, you are the one who's going to lose the money, and no one is going to insure you on that. Think it's happening every second. I just wrote, they wrote it needs to be a priority. For me, and for you now, I think it's clear it is a priority. This is a nice statue we have in the entrance to the Tel Aviv University. It's huge. It's like 5, 6, I don't know, huge meters of horse, Trojan horse. And it is to say to us that 250,000 cyber attacks occur daily. It's crazy. And we need to do something about it. I'm here to tell you that the problem starts with education. I'm here to tell you that to counter cyber attacks, you need people, and you need trained people. And when this is lacking, that's a big problem. So ENISA published a report. It's a European Union agency for, I'm reading like you can, okay? And they see the problem. And there is no enough professional training for cyber. Let me give you a number. A student in Israel graduating out of university, first day out of university, gets $5,000 a month. That's usual with us. Triple it, and you will understand what a hacker gets. Not a bad hacker, the white one. When people are running to find him and offer him a job, he just sits at home and does a tender. He decides what he wants to take. So it's a good reason to become one, but it's a call for, I don't know, urgency for the academies to start teaching and start working on this. Wow, Forbes. See? Miracles do happen. Well, this is not me saying, it's Forbes saying. And imagine what Forbes is saying about Israel. Probably something with number one about something, right? Again. Yes, we decided to do something about it. I will explain. We understand that in order to do business, you need to have English. Must. We decided, although what I said, we decided but to change the system a bit. And you know what we decided? We decided it's more important to speak than to know present progressive. Present progressive. By the way, amazing invention by the English. You know why? Is you say, we are developing. I didn't tell you when we start, what stage we are, and whenever we will finish. It's developing. We are raising money. God knows we will ever get there, but we are raising. Use it. English helps you. We decided to do something about education, and we are now starting to teach Chinese at school. You're going to laugh and say, we understand why. Because they will be a superpower, if not already. They are the Bank of the USA. This we know. It's about seeing not the future, but tomorrow. So yes, we teach cyber, and we teach a lot of cyber. And we have cyber in university, and you can get now PhD in cyber. It's not learning English plus a few choice courses in cyber. It's becoming a cyber expert. And this is what we, Noga Plus, where's Noga Plus? Here, we came here to offer you. And we have, by the way, we have more partners, hypermarketing. And we want to offer you something that I'm going to show you right now works for us. Please play the video. What did you say? This is number one, but something for sure. This is how we do it. This is really how we do it. And we want to bring it here. We want to bring it here because you're kind people. And I don't know, I hope you like us. You like us? You like me? No? Who said no? I don't believe it. Give me a round of applause, okay? Give me. You are a tough audience. Okay, I want to say a few words about the system. So, you know, we all go to school and we are taught to memorize. Enough. Enough memorizing. We have changed the system. What we do now is to give students the tools which with them they will find the answers. No more memorizing. This is not a trash can. For this we have Uncle Google. This is more important. Give me the tools and I will go and search. Take photos. Feel free, with me of course. IP is me. So yes, we want to go into schools. We want to go into universities. We have ready-made programs. You need to believe it, my 11-year-old son is already programming cyber. And he will go into the program you have seen, which starts age 15. And yes, my youngest, she's 8. Listen to this true story 3 weeks back. We are in Romania, I go lecture, I take the family, we stroll down a park. She walks ahead with me, 8 years old. She doesn't even look at it. We walk and she says, hey Dad, I've got an idea for a startup. A what? A startup. Okay, I'm like, I'm not breathing. I say, okay, what's the startup? She says, Dad, I need it now. I need to develop it now. I said, what is it? She says, when I'm walking, there is wind and my nose freezes. So I need a cloth to put here. Okay, maybe not a startup, okay? But get the notion in Israel. In Israel, when you say something is new, you say, hey, this is a startup. We want to give some education for your decision makers, for your company managers, the government, the municipality, the people who take decisions. We want to teach them here a little bit about cyber. So we go up and down, left and right on everyone. Yes, we have also technology, and this technology now involves also virtual reality and simulators and battle trainers. And yes, you can learn everything. By the way, when you say simulator for cyber, you just take a laptop. That's a simulator for you, okay? Everything is there. You know this guy? Take a good photo. I will be signing autographs, I don't know where. Noga Plus, come to our booth. Now, wait. Yeah, you want me to go? Wait, I'm going to start over. No, I'm joking. You've been an amazing audience. I need to say some thanks. I want to thank Forbes. I want to thank Romy Basauri from Hyper Marketing for all the trouble to bring me over. It was not easy. I want to thank Rina, my partner, for Noga Plus, and you can see her in our booth. You have been an amazing audience. If you want selfies with me outside, please invite me on LinkedIn. You'll get tons of information which will be very relevant if you are interested in startups and in cyber. And from Israel, I can tell you, we love you, Mexico. We love you all. Thank you so much.
Claro que sí, que se escuche más fuerte el aplauso para Tal Catran, que viene desde Israel a compartirnos cómo es que debemos tener de aliada la tecnología para implementar la seguridad. We have a special recognition for you, please. This will be. Thank you. We are very honored to have you here. Thank you so much. We know that you make a very long trip, but thank you for having the time to share with us. We are far away from Israel in security issues, but we are going to start. Yes, please. Un aplauso para él entonces. Muchísimas gracias. See you soon.